What's up everybody? I'm Mac Marshall, your physical therapist for the day, and this is You Move by Mac. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about resistance bands, if they work, how do they work, and if you should be using resistance bands in your training. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. So we all know what a resistance band is, or at least the principle by which it works. It's basically an elastic band which provides resistance to you while performing an exercise in order to progressively overload your muscles and build strength. There are multiple benefits of using a resistance band, but in this video I'm going to highlight a few which I think are important for everyone to know. The first importance is a resistance band provides resistance throughout the range. And it not only provides resistance throughout the range, but also the resistance increases as the range increases because this gets stretched more. What happens when you do this is your muscles are forced to contract more while you're performing an exercise towards the end ranges. So this leaves no space for your muscle to actually relax, and thus it's contracting more and you're getting a much more effective rep. Whereas if you consider the free weight, when you're doing a free weight exercise, when you're doing a bicep curl for example, so when you're doing the bicep curl down to the midway, the resistance is maximum, but as you go from midway to the top, the resistance actually decreases because of the angle it's forming with the ground and with gravity. So towards the end range, the resistance is actually very less. So this resistance decrease is going to give your muscle a chance to relax and not work maximum potential. So this is making your rep less effective, and we never want that, because when we work out, we want it to be the most effective and the most stimulating for your muscle and your nervous system. The second important benefit I want to talk about is when you're using a resistance band for a particular exercise, it's not only that muscle which you're targeting that is getting contracted, but all the muscles around the joints of that limb. For example, if you're doing a bicep curl with a resistance band, as you're performing the bicep curl, your entire shoulder girdle, all the muscles around your elbow, your wrist, they all have to work in order to stabilize your joints while performing the activity. If you notice, when you first start using a resistance band, the movement may be somewhat like this, like it may be shaky, it may be not stable, and that is because the stability of the muscles are not yet developed. But as you practice, the stability increases, and thus you're able to perform the movement much more effectively. Now this is not only useful for building strength, but is also useful in your everyday life. So say for an example, you have to carry anything, say a bag or anything. The fact that your shoulder muscles and all your limb muscles are much stronger and much better at stabilizing will help you carry that bag much more efficiently, effectively, and with much less energy than if it was not that stable. Another example of importance of stability is for example, you're writing or any fine motor activity of your fingers. You actually require your shoulder to be stable to perform that activity. If you notice there is any injury to your shoulder or there is weakness in your shoulder, you will notice that you will not be able to write as effectively as you could normally write. So you're building the stability of your joints is going to be helping you out in your everyday activity without a doubt. The next point I want to talk about is when you're using a resistance band to do any exercise, you're actively activating the core, and it's a better core workout because it requires your core to stabilize your entire body against the resistance. So say again, let's take the bicep curl for example, but say you're standing this time and you're doing the bicep curl, and as you go higher the resistance increases. At the top where the resistance is the most, your core is required to contract to prevent your body from getting pulled this side. So your core is activated over here, and this is causing an effective stimulation of your core and effective strengthening of your core. And as you know, the core is very important in maintaining posture and doing any activity. It's important for stabilizing your body. So anything that activates your core is going to help you in the long term in any kind of activity that you perform. Now the last point I want to leave you with is that a resistance band has different levels of resistance. Now this color coding represents all the different levels of resistance, but that's not the point I'm talking about. I want to talk about the resistance varying in one band. So for example, say you're doing this exercise and this is the resistance. Say you want to decrease the resistance. All you have to do is increase the length, the resistance decreases. If you want to increase the resistance, all you have to do is decrease the length and the resistance increases. So within this one band, you can even make it double and then the resistance becomes double. So within this one band, you can get so many different varied levels of resistance, and on top of that you can change the angles to even increase the resistance even more. So with this one band you can get so many benefits, and thus I would recommend a resistance band for somebody who works out at home and does not want to spend a lot of money on a whole bunch of big weights and may not have space. These are very cost effective and efficient, and they are amazing for home workouts. Now I want to end this video by saying that you should be actually using these resistance bands for your workout, not only if you're working out at home, but in general just incorporate more of these resistance bands, as it has a lot of benefits when it comes to stability, stabilizing muscles, your postural muscles, your core activation, all kinds of good things. So you should be incorporating this. I'm not saying this should replace free weights, because free weights and resistance bands both have their benefits, and their benefits are similar but they are varied as well. So you want to get the effectiveness from both. Don't replace your free weights with resistance bands, but start incorporating resistance bands a bit more into your training. It will make your training much more efficient, effective, and it will translate into a better functional activity in your day-to-day life. So guys, if you found that video informative, please like, subscribe, share this video. It helps my channel out a lot, and when you help my channel out, it allows me to make more of informative videos like this for you guys. So please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.